Tesla's up 1.7% today. And as of right now, everything is still full steam ahead. You can see on the daily chart that we are continuing to get higher highs on the BX trender, which is exactly what we want to see. When we're getting higher highs on the BX trender, it's showing that big money is actually buying into the breakout. One of the telltale signs that we're going to see a pullback is what you could see back here in July 11th when price starts to make lower highs. When we start to see these lower highs, that means that the trend is not going to reverse, but there's a very high chance that price is going to pull back before the next leg up. So as far as this most recent rally, a lot of people have been asking me, where do I think the top is? I think short term, maybe 260, but once we get the lower high on that daily chart, that's when I'm going to be backing off with my aggression from a short-term standpoint. But if we look at the weekly chart, you can see that we're still full steam ahead. Price is coming back up into this 260 level, so I don't think, honestly, we're going to get through that without a catalyst. So short-term, if price did reject before the Robotaxi event, I do think it would be at $260. I think that if we are going to break this liquidity level, which has been a very, very, very strong resistance for a long time, we need something other than hype, right? And what I mean is not saying necessarily that the Robotaxi event is hype, but more so like we need to actually know a mapped out plan of how this is going to look and how this is supposed to, pan out. Like I don't think that we're just going to get a push just because news is coming up. I think if anything, price will hit a high max before the event of 270 before rejecting. I think worst case, we reject at 260. Now, I'm still holding my full calls for next year. I still have my June calls. I'm still expecting price to close this year at 300. It's just more of the fact, like I said, I don't think there's going to be enough buying pressure to push us through that level, but I'm still holding my calls. No more puts are in play, and all of our hedges are taken off the table. So I'm feeling really, really good about this. And, on the shorter time frames too, doing very, very well. Our trading bot entered yesterday again, another time here at about 11:30 a.m. Price is continuing to push its way up, ended the session around $254. And if we continue to push up into 258, 260, the trading bot will end up taking profits, alerting the Discord. And then I'll probably look to take some of my calls for June off the table at 260. And then from there, maybe continue to roll the positions out. But so far, everything is looking good. And, we talk a lot on this channel, but about Tesla. But the big thing I want you to understand is that while the day to day has changed, nothing has changed as far as our thesis long term. If you go back and you watch the videos that we were making in March, in April, and June, all of this was talking about this exact type of setup that's happening. And things don't always work out this way, but this is why I make content like this. It's why I choose to make this type of content. I make all of my courses free. I keep all of my education and stuff like that on the back end because I feel like it is important. And obviously I want you guys to get access to it. That's why I don't charge anything for it. But I feel that there's so many other people out there just teaching charts and teaching trading, but there's very little people out there who are calling setups for the next couple of months, next couple of years, publicly losing, publicly winning, and just showing day to day, how you build a thesis, how you stick to that thesis for years and years. And, we'll see how Tesla plays out, but I really do believe we're going to hit our targets that we planned. If we start to see weakness, then we will adjust. But at the end of the day, I think that we are really going to make some massive wealth in the community and just in general from this setup. And it makes me so happy that we have been covering this, all the way since this break over $180 back in May. And so it's so nice to actually be able to see all of our hard work come to fruition. And the fact that we were able to do this, publicly, and not because I win, because I don't always win, right? I lose a lot of the times, and a lot of my predictions for trades are not always right. And if you even look at my win rate for the year, it's 64%, but I don't give a shit about being right. I care about making money. And money doesn't care if you don't hit right all the time. If you don't hit 100%, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all about risk. I predominantly show you guys every way that we trade within our community. I show you guys how all of our trading bots are set up. And the biggest thing that brings so much success, right, to the trading bots and to what we do is the fact that it is just constantly watching our downside each and every single time. Like, yes, 77% win rates are great, 23% losses is fine, but like it's the fact that in these downtrends, in these, downward movements, we're not trying to catch the bottoms. There's a couple of times when we get reversals that we could get caught, but we're not trying to just average down and pray. Like, there is a systematic and operationalized way that we trade. We only enter if a specific trigger is met. And that's the same even for long-term positions like this. I know that most of you guys are long-term investors. And here's the deal, like, no offense, Tesla's not on our radar until June, right? Like in June, when the monthly candle closes, higher lows, bullish accumulation, this is when we start caring about Tesla. So as dumb as it sounds, like, we don't care about Tesla, right? That's like blasphemy to some people. No, but obviously I love the company and I really think that they're going to be so fundamentally undervalued for a very long time. But let's just be honest here, right? Like, if we look at the BX trender, all of this bearish accumulation that's occurred here as we're making lower lows, there's no reason to trade that. Like, there's just no reason. We don't look at that. We come back and we take a look at it when the BX trender closes with higher lows, and we hold on and continue to look at it until we get a lower high. So even here, like in this run, if we just bought and hold from this level, at one point we would have been up 67%. We would have ended worst case at 20%. But even then, I only want to be trading when there's money behind it. I went on a whole rant yesterday. Highly recommend you go back and check it out. But we want to make sure that the people who can actually move the market are in the positions with us. If they're not there, there's no reason to be trading it. Thank you guys for all the support from the bottom of my heart. It truly means the world to me that you guys support me, support our cause, support the community. Like, trading is very, very lonely and very, very boring. And I feel on top of that, it's very, very hard. And so to actually have a community that you can rely on and people each and every single day who are going through the same things that you're going through, it's very important to me. And it really means a lot that we've been able to build that on X and on YouTube. So seriously, guys, thank you so much for all of that. I'll see you next time. If you want to learn more about all of the indicators that you see in this video, as well as the proprietary settings and the step-by-step trading system that I've built, you can take all of our courses completely free with the link in the description.